Hello everyone, this is Arnav Ahmed. I'm here to give the first presentation of Globally Responsible Business, my corporate social responsibilities and leadership in international business management. What is CSR? Corporate social responsibility is a management concept whereby companies integrate social and environmental concepts in their business operation and integration with their stakeholder. It is a type of international private business self-regulation that aims to contribute of social goals of a philanthropic activities or charitable nature by engaging in or supporting volunteering or ethically oriented practices. The six core characteristics of CSR follows as a picture which shows how CSR is represented with the different initiative and process ranging from voluntary activities, managing external factors, stakeholder management, alignment of social and economic responsibilities, considering practices and values, and finally beyond philanthropy. Volunteering CSR is to be a representative of all set of corporate initiative which is discretionary and extend beyond what the law has prescribed. CSR therefore tend to see the element of volunteerism as a CSR major developed, arguing that legally mandated accountability is where attention should be really be focused on the maximization of shareholder wealth should be the main objective. Internationalizing of managing externalities. Externalities in CSR refers to all sort of factors that has impact on different stakeholders that are not directly taken care of the decision-making process of a business organization. Regulation can force firms to internalize the cost of externalities such as pollution fines, but CSR remains as a viable discretionary approach of managing externalities like taking more safety measures and reduction of pollution by going green. Multiple stakeholder orientation. The central theme of stakeholder management is to identify stakeholders' orientation based on the three attributes which defines the power, legitimacy of claim urgency. Subsequently, defining stakeholder orientations help in identification and prioritization of stakeholders through the adoption of a step-by-step approach, starting with internal preparation, appointing the internal leadership team of internal stakeholder of marketing, communication, operation unit, and human resource. Alignment of social and economic responsibilities. This balancing of different stakeholder interests lead to the another core feature. While CSR may be about going beyond a narrow focus on stakeholders and profitability, many also believe that it should not harbor conflict with profitability. Practice and values. CSR is clearly about a particular set of business practice and strategies that deal with social issues. But for many people, it is about something more than that, namely a philosophy or set of values that underpins this practice. Beyond philanthropy. In some regions of the world, CSR is mainly about philanthropy, corporate discretionary responsibility, or volunteerism towards the general public. CSR is currently a mandatory practice backed by regulations and accepted international standard which is shifting from altruistic to instrumentally or strategic CSR. CSR in defined organizational context. When confronted with the term corporate social responsibility, it is generally presumed that we are referring to the operation of the public sector or private sector entity in a manner that accounts of the social and environmental impact created by the entity or business. CSR not only refers to an organization commitment to developing the integrating policies into daily business operations, but to the self-reporting on progress made towards implementing such practice. According to the report issued by Helena Ward, Director Corporate Responsibility for Environment and Development, International Institution of Environment and Development, some of the ancillary benefits of the public sector CSR includes their ability to help inspire new strategies to address gaps in public sector capacity. Further, a solid CSR can offer valuable insights for partnership by creating synergies between the complementary skills of public, private, and civil society actors to achieve public policy goals related to sustainable development. Next, what is ethical leadership? Ethical leadership is defined as a leadership demonstrating and promoting normatively appropriate conduct through personal actions and interpersonal relations. When we boil it down, this is really mean that ethical leadership is defined as putting people into management and leadership positions who will promote and be an example of appropriate ethical conduct in their action and relationship in the workplace. The 4B model of ethical leadership, which aligns internal factors of ethics, beliefs, and values with external factors, behavior, and action, was a framework introduced by Dr. Bill Grace on the ground of moral human leadership and community development. This framework suggests that an ethical leader ought to have values, standard of behavior, vision, plan, or action. Voice communicating the vision of others and virtues, which is moral base of these values, vision and voice in order to make the difference by creating a set of values and guiding principles around his vision of not only making profit but also building a company that treats employees with dignity and respect. Howard Skull clearly exhibits the attitude of a transformational leader. Using Walmart Corporation as an example, in the Mexican bribery scandal case, bribing a Mexican officer with the sum of $52,000 to alter the zoning map, which was originally meant to prohibit any commercial development from being carried out at a, at a bustling main entrance in one of the countless tourist cities. Ethical leadership of social responsibility and ethical leadership sets the tone of the productivity that helps the business to engage the real-life concern of its employees, customers, and stakeholders. This is how the ethical leadership can support the CSR-related goals, like corporate governance. Corporate social responsibility and ethical leadership go beyond merely managing the mundane task of the economy. As a holistic concept, corporate governance is concerned with how the company ensures that all the policies and processes are ethically sound. Stakeholder engagement, a commitment to engaging directly with customer, employees, the community, and the stakeholder is the hallmark of the ethical business. Stakeholder group value consistency and transparency, so organization to do well to their best foot forward the communicating with those matter most. Distinguishing leadership from management. An important component of corporation social responsibility beyond stakeholder engagement is cultivating leaders within the organization. While all managers can be leaders, not all managers are leaders. Leadership involves a commitment beyond managing leading tasks. Leaders are accountable, respectful, consistent in their approach, and open to communication. And lastly, managing risk. Ethical leaders look to the risk management aspects of corporate social responsibility as one of their main priorities. Managing risk is also about keeping the company reputation and fiscal health in check. The old saying that it takes years to build reputation and mere hours to destroy. It is more or less an accurate way of thinking how risk management and CSR. Lastly, the case of United Airlines and Delta Airlines. In United Airlines case, almost 70% of the variation in the share price could be explained by the responsible leadership. But in Delta Airlines case, only 50.6% of the variation in the share value could be predicted based on the role of leadership in crisis management. Leadership communication seems to play a critical role in the time of crisis, especially like when some of the quality that may support the for the positive development of the share price, like for example, early disclosure and acceptance of responsibility, adopt government leadership to handle the event, rebuild confidence, restructure of credibility, demonstrate social concern, and apologize publicly. This is how one proper leader can support the during the development process of the share price presentation. Thank you.